What if I told you that someone making $200,000 a year can be completely broke, while someone earning just $50,000 can build serious wealth? It sounds impossible, but I've seen it happen repeatedly. The truth is, your income matters far less than what you do with it. And in 2025, when the cost of living continues to climb while wages struggle to keep pace, mastering the flow of money through your life has never been more critical. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 deadly money mistakes that keep people broke, regardless of how much they earn, and showing you how to fix each one. The income illusion. Let's start with the most dangerous financial myth. I just need to make more money. I can't tell you how many people I've met who genuinely believe that doubling their income would solve all their financial problems. But here's the brutal truth. If you can't manage $3,000 a month, you won't be able to manage $6,000 a month. In fact, higher income often leads to higher lifestyle inflation. The habits that make you broke at $40,000 will make you broke at $140,000. There'll be more expensive versions of the same mistakes. Let me give you a real example that perfectly illustrates this point. A few years back, a barista in New York City tried surviving on $15,000 a year while spending $71 on designer cupcakes for a friend, buying Beats headphones on a payment plan as gifts, taking trips to Cancun for her birthday, spending over $500 monthly on fast food, all while carrying nearly $6,000 in credit card debt and constantly overdrafting her account. But here's what's fascinating. I recently worked with a tech executive making $180,000 who was just as financially stressed. Why? Because he was leasing a $1,200 a month luxury car, spending $4,000 monthly on a downtown apartment, accumulating $22,000 in credit card debt for designer clothes, taking international vacations he couldn't afford. Although their incomes were different in these two examples, their behavioral patterns were identical. Both spent beyond their means on things that didn't align with their financial goals. Mistake number 1, the I deserve it trap. The first and most insidious money mistake is the I deserve it trap. This is when you use emotional justification to override common financial sense. I work so hard, I deserve this vacation. I've been so stressed, I deserve this shopping spree. I've been good with money lately, I deserve this splurge. Here's the thing, you absolutely deserve financial peace and security. You deserve to build wealth. You deserve a life free from money anxiety. But that $71 box of cupcakes, that's not what you deserve. That's what's keeping you from what you actually deserve. In 2025, this trap has become even more dangerous with the rise of buy now, pay later services embedded in every shopping app. These services have evolved from simple installment plans to sophisticated algorithms that analyze your spending patterns and target your psychological vulnerabilities. The fix is simple, but requires emotional discipline. Before making any non-essential purchase, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to or further from my financial goals? If the latter, it's not something you deserve. It's something standing between you and what you truly want. Mistake number 2, the payment plan pitfall. The second deadly money mistake is normalizing payment plans for luxury items or gifts. This has exploded, with services like Affirm, Klarna, and PayPal's Pay in 4 becoming ubiquitous in 2025's digital economy. When you buy something on a payment plan, you're not just buying an item, you're committing your future income. You often tell yourself, future me will have to work for this, without consulting future you. The barista in our example bought expensive headphones for a friend on a payment plan while already struggling with debt. This behavior signals a fundamental disconnect between current actions and future consequences. Here's a rule to live by. If you can't afford something without a payment plan, you simply can't afford it. The only exceptions to this rule should be investments in appreciating assets like education, a home, or a reliable work vehicle. When it comes to gifts, always remember that the value of a present is not determined by its price tag. A carefully chosen $20 gift can often hold more meaning than a hastily picked $200 one. The thought and consideration behind a gift are what truly measure your friendship, not its cost. Mistake number 3, emotional spending as therapy. The third catastrophic money mistake, a struggle many of us can relate to, is using shopping as emotional therapy. This pattern has become even more prevalent in our post-pandemic world. Notice how the barista described her spending habits. Some weeks I'll watch what I'm spending, some weeks I'll just go to Sephora, go online shopping, and spend a bunch of money. This inconsistent approach not only reveals a lack of control over spending, but also undermines the pursuit of financial goals. It's a clear sign that money decisions are being driven by emotional states, with shopping often serving as a form of self-medication for stress, boredom, or anxiety. In 2025, this problem has intensified with hyper-targeted advertising on social media. Algorithms, the unseen manipulators, now detect your emotional states through typing patterns, scrolling speed, and even facial expressions through your camera if permitted, then serve ads most likely to trigger impulse purchases when you're vulnerable. The solution to this problem is to establish a healthy money routine that isn't swayed by your emotions. Start by setting up automatic transfers to savings and investment accounts on payday. Utilize budgeting apps like YNAB or Monarch Money that require conscious decisions about spending categories. And don't forget to give yourself a small predetermined fun money account that you can spend without guilt. But remember, once it's gone until the next month. Mistake number 4, the fast food financial drain. The fourth money mistake killing your financial future is underestimating the cumulative impact of small, frequent purchases, particularly food delivery and takeout. Consider this: our barista, a regular person like you and me, managed to spend a staggering $551 on fast food in just 1 month. Yes, that's a whopping $6,600 annually, nearly half of her yearly income. In 2025, with meal delivery services now offering subscriptions and virtual food halls that combine multiple restaurants in one order, this problem has only gotten worse. Many urban dwellers now spend more on delivered food than their monthly rent. Let's break this down. If you were to invest $500 monthly instead of spending it on takeout, you could potentially see it grow to over $230,000 in 20 years at a 7% average return. That's the real cost of convenience. The solution isn't about eliminating all convenience. It's about taking control. By planning 2 weekly meal prep sessions, using grocery delivery services for staples, and limiting takeout to once weekly as a planned treat rather than a daily default, you can regain control over your finances. Mistake number 5, the lifestyle upgrade cycle. The fifth deadly money mistake is the premature lifestyle upgrade. Moving to a nicer apartment, buying a newer car, or upgrading your wardrobe before your financial foundation is solid. Let's consider a hypothetical situation. Imagine a barista who, like many young professionals, dreams of a new car and an apartment without roommates once she secures a stable job with decent money. This thinking reveals the dangerous assumption that more income automatically justifies higher expenses. In 2025's economy, with housing costs continuing to outpace wage growth in most major cities, this mistake has become even more costly. The gap between starter housing, which is typically more affordable and suitable for those starting their careers, and upgrade housing, which is more expensive and often considered a status symbol, has widened dramatically, making premature moves particularly devastating. The fix is establishing clear financial milestones that must be reached before any lifestyle upgrades. 0 high-interest debt, emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of expenses, retirement contributions of at least 15% of income, a clear understanding of how the upgrade impacts long-term financial goals. Remember, every lifestyle upgrade creates a new baseline that's psychologically difficult to step back from. Once you get used to a certain standard of living, it's hard to go back. Choose these inflection points carefully, as they can significantly impact your financial future. Mistake number 6, enabling financial toxicity. The sixth money mistake that keeps people broke enables financial toxicity in relationships. Our barista example repeatedly covered her boyfriend's overdraft fees and pretended to be him on phone calls to the bank. A clear sign of an unhealthy financial dynamic. With the rise of shared financial apps and digital payment networks in 2025, the financial landscape of relationships is changing. Financially toxic relationships will become even more intertwined and difficult to disentangle, making it crucial for you to stay aware of these changes. Financial compatibility is a crucial aspect of a healthy relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean you need identical money philosophies or equal incomes. What it does mean is that you share core values about saving, spending, and financial goals. It implies that neither person enables destructive financial behaviors in the other, fostering a sense of reassurance in your relationship. The fix begins with honest communication. Schedule a money date with your partner to discuss individual and shared financial goals, current debts and payment plans, spending triggers and habits, boundaries around financial assistance. It's important to remember that if you're financially responsible, repeatedly bailing someone out doesn't help them. It reinforces the behavior that created the problem. True support means encouraging growth and accountability. Mistake number 7, wishful thinking versus strategic action. The final and perhaps most pernicious money mistake relies on wishful thinking instead of strategic action. Our barista wished she made more money instead of actively developing skills to increase her income. In 2025's rapidly evolving economy, this passive approach is hazardous. Automation, AI, and changing consumer habits have transformed the job market. Wishing for better circumstances will not create them. The fix is developing an opportunity mindset. Identify 2 to 3 specific in-demand skills in your industry or desired field. Find free or low-cost resources to develop those skills, like YouTube tutorials, community college courses, and certification programs. Commit to your growth. Set aside 3 to 5 hours weekly for skill development. This is your dedicated time to invest in your future. Create measurable milestones to track your progress. Engage with your future. Network with people who have the job you want. This is your chance to be proactive and create opportunities for yourself. These 7 money mistakes might seem simple, but they're responsible for keeping millions of people financially trapped regardless of their income level. The good news is that each of these mistakes can be corrected with awareness and consistent action. Financial freedom isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about improving your financial decisions by 1% each day until they compound into transformative results. Remember, income is your most powerful wealth building tool only when paired with intentional money management. Financial freedom isn't reserved for the privileged few. It's available to anyone willing to master the fundamentals and consistently apply them. The choice is yours. Continue the patterns that keep you financially stuck, or begin the journey toward the security and peace of mind you truly deserve. So, which of these 7 mistakes resonated most with you? Take a moment to reflect on your financial patterns. Identifying your financial blind spots is the first step toward correcting them. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss next week's video. Also, please comment and let me know which of these money mistakes you're committing to fixing first. Your public commitment increases your chances of following through, and your experience might inspire others facing the same challenges. I'll see you in the following video.